Hey, it's Jonathan from Stay the Way. I just want to show you the coldness of the day. Look at that, -1. It's actually warmed up. So I have the hat on. But today is a glorious day because we have Utmost Forest Highest to join us. And so let us consider worship today. Worship. What a wonderful thing worship is. So today is January 6th. Utmost Forest Highest worship. He moved from there to the mountains east of Bethel, and he pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And he built an altar to the Lord and called the name of the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. That's Genesis chapter 12. Worship is giving God the best that we can. That's it. The best that He has given you. The very best. The number one. That's why when they put up an offering in the Old Testament, it was the finest, the newborn, the very best that they could have to offer up. That is, of course, of the cow, right? Of the lamb, the firstborn, without blemish. Be careful what you do with the best that you have. Think about that. What do we do with the time that we have? What do we do with our relationships? The best relationship I have on this planet is my bride. It's my wife. And so, am I careful to protect her? Whenever you get a blessing from God, give it back to Him as a love gift. Take time to meditate before God and offer that blessing back to Him in a deliberate act of worship. If you hoard it for yourself, it will turn into a spiritual dry rot, as manna did when it was hoarded. They were told in Exodus chapter 16 that they should not try to save manna, that enough would be provided each day. And then on the seventh day, they should rest. And so they could collect twice as much on one day. But God never, ever, ever told them, hoard it all for yourself, save it in case there's a bad or a rainy day coming. He will provide. God will never allow us to keep a spiritual blessing completely for ourselves. It must be given back to Him so He can make it a blessing to others. Thanks for that, Lord. Bethel is the symbol of fellowship with God. Ai is a symbol of the world. Ai. It's literally the letters AI. You can look it up. Abram pitched his tent between the two. The last value of our public service to God is the measure by the depth of intimacy of our private times of fellowship and oneness with Him. So we can grow in that if we ask Him to help us. Rushing in and out of worship is the wrong time every time. Every time. There's always plenty of time to worship God. There's always time. Even if it's on your way to work, God, thank you for this day. Thank you for the food that you've given. Thank you for the friendships that you've made. Thank you for the podcasts or the YouTube video that you let me find today. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all worship. Days set apart for quiet can be a trap. Why? Because detracting from the need to have daily quiet time with God. That is why we must pitch our tents where we will always have quiet times with Him, however noisy the times in the world may be. There are not 3 levels of spiritual life: worship, waiting, work. There are not 3 levels of spiritual life. I say that again because it's something that we need to hear. I need to hear every day. Yet, some of us seem to jump like spiritual frogs from worship to waiting and from waiting to work. God's idea is that all 3 should go together as one. They are always together in the life of our Lord in perfect harmony. That's the example that Jesus gave us. It is a discipline that we must be working toward developing. It will not happen overnight. Do you know creating a podcast and a video for YouTube every day is like the most challenging thing I've ever done? It's because the enemy doesn't want to see this happen. Right? And so there's a spiritual side of things that detracts from it, but there's a spiritual side of it that draws me to this and this time with Jesus every day. And so I pray that this is an encouragement to you, Christian. If you like this and you like more, Stay the Way. I'm Jonathan from Stay the Way. You can go to staytheway.com. You can find my podcast in iTunes. It's also Stay the Way. And I go through Proverbs each day. So I pray that this is a blessing and that you have a richly blessed time with Jesus today. Amen. See ya.